So the Breadfruit Project is all about understanding the diversity of breadfruit that we have in country, as well as knowing the traditional stories of the breadfruit we have in country. NARI has embarked on a Breadfruit Project which began in 2024, and we are now into the second year of the project. The breadfruit is available in coastal and island provinces in the country. We know that because we have, in the initiation of the project, we brought together DAL's advisors who informed us of diversity within the provinces in the coastal and island provinces of the country. So we've identified areas in the southern region and the islands region to go in to collect breadfruit. In the second year, we've already started some collection. So we went into Gulf Province already to do collection, as well as Central Province, and that was in the beginning of the year. Now we have gone into our third province to collect, and that's East New Britain Province. So the East New Britain Province we visited at the end of September to early October. We spent a week in East New Britain Province where we visited two communities. One community on the South Coast Road on the mainland, and another community on the North Coast Road on the mainland, on the main island. So very interesting and diverse communities in terms of the breadfruit that they have. The first community we went into Lat Village. So Lat Village is in Mungo, Sinivit LLG, and we found that they have 4 different breadfruit in the community which they identified. So 3 of them are the we know that 3 of them are the Atocarpus altilis, so these are the food one, fleshy with only little seeds in there. And then they have also the wild one, the seeded one, the Atocarpus camensis species. So we managed to collect 3 of those altilis variety in Lat community. They describe it according to the other vegetables in the community. So we have yolk. Yolk is a nice, firm, white flesh accession. It's named yolk because yolk is taro in the language. So when they cook that yolk breadfruit, the texture, the feel and taste is similar to taro. So that's one of the breadfruit that we identified there. And then there are 2 other yellow flesh breadfruit, one very small and one very big. So those are the 3 distinct types that we collected from the South Coast Road, South Coast Road community, Lat Village. And then we went into the Rimbe and Livuan LLG, where we met with the Totovel community. In Totovel community, the Rimbe Livuan LLG, the community told us that they had about 7 different types of breadfruit. So from the 7 different types of breadfruit, they have the special names also for them, according to the description of those breadfruit, so that they're able to identify They also name it after the crops. One of them, a special one, is named yellow scone because when they cook it, it turns out to be like the yellow scone from the bakeries. And it's got a distinct sort of smell as well. It's nice and creamy and soft, like how the yellow scones are from the bakery that they're used to. So some interesting stories from diversity. We've collected 3 from Lat community and 7 from the Totovel community. So during the collection, we also, as part of the collecting, we collected leaves for DNA sampling as well, and that's for molecular characterization. So when we do the molecular characterization, now we can say if there is a relationship between the breadfruit in East New Britain province and the breadfruit in East New Britain to the breadfruit in Central or Gulf province. Interestingly, with the East New Britain people from the both communities that we visited, they do not have a backstory of knowing where their breadfruit came from. They told us that the breadfruit was there all tumbuna all plani nam stop. That story. And that's totally different from what the Gulf people and the Central people told us. The Gulf and Central people, they told us that breadfruit came from the missionaries. They came from the missionaries when they came to PNG, the LMS missionaries from Samoa and Tonga during the 1800s that came in and they brought their food with them too. And with the East New Britain people, they did not have a backstory to tell us if they knew where it came from. They only told us that Otumbuna planim name stape. So yeah, it's very interesting that we got that story. So from the collections that we did, we've already done in the 2 communities. We will set up a national gene bank of the Islands region of breadfruit at our Islands Regional Center, Keravet. So currently we've brought all the cuttings back, root cuttings back from the communities, and we have them now established in the nursery, and so we will eventually have them introduced into the gene bank at Keravet. So we will have 2 gene banks, 2 national gene banks of the breadfruit. The gene bank at SRC Laloki will house the accessions from Southern region and Momase. So that would be a representative of breadfruit that we have in the Southern region and Momase. That will be housed at Laloki. And all the Islands region, the representative of what is held in the Islands region will be housed at Keravet.
Yukla now. Suppose people collecting breadfruit, play Yukla, kami go put him inside a gene bank here. Kami look out him na staff. 10 years from now, if you don't look after it, you can always come back to NARI and get root cuttings and come and plant.
In terms of traditional knowledge, most of the breadfruit stories around traditional knowledge where they use the tree barks for tapa cloth, for samsam, especially to make for bilas, longolman. They use it for making canoe, timber, walls in the house, flooring. They also use the timber to make bowls that they use to feed animals with. So those are some interesting stories that we got for the use of the tree, the whole tree itself. It's also used as landmarks to say this is my land, that's your land. In terms of recipes, traditional recipes, it's sort of very similar to across the 3 sites that we've already visited. A lot of roasting in the fire, greasing. But for East New Britain, it's a bit different in the sense that they say they make mumu with it, and they also make ku with it. So, and those are special recipes that we can say that comes from East New Britain with this, the different breadfruit that they have and they use to. In the other communities that we visited, it was just normal roasting, boiling, steaming. But with East New Britain, we know they make ku with it and they mumu also with it. Definitely the villagers have learned a lot in terms of understanding diversity and appreciating the diversity that they have in the community. We spoke about conservation, not just for breadfruit. We also used the opportunity to talk about conserving and holding the traditional food crops that they have in their community, because a lot of diversity is now being lost. But the people really appreciated that they now can say that they have 3 different types of breadfruit that they've identified in the Lat community. And in the Totovel community, 7 different types of breadfruit they've identified. So they have appreciated the fact that they know they have diversity now. And diversity is something that they can relate to now and say, okay, we have diversity, we must look after what we have in community. Of our breadfruit and the other crops as well that we talked about. We also talked about what the other parts of the world are already doing with breadfruit. The small island countries of other parts of the world like Samoa and Tonga, they're already making business, making money from Breadfruit Project products. They're already making money from breadfruit products. So that's something that we also let these communities know, that we can tap into the industry. So they know that we can now make breadfruit flour, breadfruit chips. It can be a flavoring for ice cream, candies, because it's already being done in other parts of the world. And very small island countries, smaller than PNG. And they don't have a lot of diversity, but they've already tapped into that niche market. And so we also brought that awareness into the community. Papua New Guinea may have more than what these small island countries have. And we can tap into the already established markets of breadfruit, flour, biscuits, chips, flavoring. It's just about us now understanding that we can do it and getting the industry a bit more recognized now to sort of get the people to say, yes, we can grow this and sell it into the industry now, get it into the market. Yeah, but there's a lot of economical benefits from breadfruit.
Yeah, 5 liters.
Okay, yes. Papa, I'm come.
But interestingly, the Eastern Britain people already have an agroforestry system model that they use. They have the cacao, the coconut in there, they have some balsa in there, garlic, pau. Yeah. And so, but they don't have the breadfruit in there. The breadfruits are usually found in the kind of a wild bush more. Now, we have seen that breadfruit is not important in terms of food security for them, apart from the communities that we visited in Gulf and Central Province. Their breadfruit just grows very wild, tall. They only eat it during season and when they feel like eating it. It's not something where they run to because they've got their resources. They have good land for a lot of food in their community. So breadfruit is only, they eat seasonally and if they feel like it. And that was learned from the 2 communities that we visited. Yeah, so we still have to complete the southern region. So now we've planned to go into Western Province and Milan Bay before the year ends. So we will do the 2 provinces at the end of November, first week of December. So we should complete the southern region provinces this year, and then next year we concentrate on all the other island region provinces. And then that will be the end of the collecting missions and having to establish the diversity that we have in country, representatives of the diversity that we have in country. The challenges we encountered in the collecting mission in East New Britain, the trees were very tall. The trees were just so tall that it was a challenge to collect the very young leaves that we need for DNA sampling, as well as the fruits for our diversity photo shoot. So those were quite a few challenges that we had. So we had to get climbers to climb the trees. I think the trees were about, close to 20 meters. So they're just growing wild in the bush. It's not like the Gulf province and the Central province, because this is food for them. They have it closer, and some sort of management practice had taken place so they can reach the fruits to eat. But unlike the people in the East New Britain province, it's when they want to, they eat at seasons. It's not something that they really depend on. So that was the challenge we faced. We want to really thank the provincial DAL on the ground. To go into the communities that we went to, we are working very closely with the provincial DAL. So thank you to the East New Britain provincial DAL team, Mr. Horanaka and the team. They're very instrumental in leading us into the community. They're a very important stakeholder in this, because at the end of the day, we want to look at sustainability, and that's where the provincial DAL will come in to support the work of Breadfruit in the community, and also other work that NARI does on the ground while in the community. So we're very thankful for the provincial DAL on the ground, working very closely with them in all the provinces that we go to. And also our partners as well in the project. We have the PNG Women in Agriculture and the Lutheran Development Services and UNRI, University of Natural Resource. They were also very instrumental in this trip that we went into East New Britain. We had someone from PNG join us, as well as we had a team from UNRI join us as well. And that's in terms of capacity building. We had students join us to accompany us into the collecting machine, learn how to do collecting, sampling for DNA, doing the baseline survey. So it was also about capacity building. And during this process, capacity building was happening with the DAL officers on the ground, as well as students who joined us on the trip from UNRE, and also the community itself. So the PNG Women in Agriculture team were really helpful in this trip. They came in with a little training also on post-harvest and husbandry practices for the breadfruit, which the community appreciated. They only saw breadfruit as it is. PNG talked about making flour, breadfruit flour, and they showed them that we can actually make breadfruit flour. We can make different chips with breadfruit, which we also showed the community, and they appreciated. So that was a really good partnership work that we did during this East New Britain trip.